So good morning, all. It's Judith. It's a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. So as you know, the props we use in this class would be a yoga mat. If you don't have a mat, you could use a folded blanket or beach towel, perhaps on a carpeted surface, not a hard surface, because your joints will not appreciate that, I don't think. Maybe a couple of yoga blocks. If you don't have blocks, you could substitute a couple of canned goods, equal size and weight, perhaps. Cushion it with some washcloths, maybe, or dishcloths to spare your hands. And then this is a traditional yoga strap. And this is easy to substitute if you don't have it. You can use a scarf, a dog leash, a belt, a bathrobe tie. I've rolled up a towel here and affixed it with rubber bands. This is my little informal bolster. And then this is a squishy mat, which I like to use under my knees or for various reasons to pad the body. You could use some small cushions from the bed or the sofa or folded blankets and towels. This is optional. I have a set of 1 pound hand weights. I would recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class. Sometimes I know I get overzealous, and then if I injure myself, then I can't exercise. So, it's sort of just take it, pace it. And then last but not least, the chair, our friend, the chair. It's a metal folding chair here. Got some padding on it, which is nice. A wide leg base so that it's not going to tip over. The main thing is that it's on something it's not going to be slipping and moving. So if you push your weight on it, you don't want the chair to slip away. You might even consider putting the back legs of the chair up against where the wall meets the baseboard or the floor. And then also, if whatever is being offered doesn't work for your body, you know the drill. You can modify. I modify on this side because of a shoulder problem. Or you could do something else, like another posture, or you could skip it. So you are in charge. You know what the body feels like, what the body's asking for. So let's just take it from there, and I'll be available if you have questions at the end. Let's just go ahead and start with the feet directly under the hips. I'm going to lift right heel, put it down, shift the weight, lift the left heel. So we're doing a little sort of mime walk here. So you're shifting the weight side to side. You might want to put the hands on the hip crease or the waist. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep going. Now you might want to keep at this pace. Remember to lift the heel high and spread the 5 toes nice and wide. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to go a little bit faster, you could bicycle pedal the heels, little double time there. For 4, 3, 2, 1. You want to stay here, or maybe you want to make it a little bit more joggy if you want to, or not. Let's do 8, 7, little warm-up jog. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly bringing it down to that double bicycle pedal pace, and then slowly coming down to stillness. Now from here, little baby march. Now that we've warmed the legs and the feet a bit, opposite arm, opposite leg, moving forward. And you might want to think about lifting the heels only to waist height only. If you don't get that high, just get to your optimum lift here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep marching. Now we're going to take the legs out, out, in, out, out, in. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly back to center, slowly bringing those feet and legs to stillness. Let's take the feet about shoulder width apart. Folding in some hip circles here. Inhaling forward, squeezing the navel to spine as you round in the back. Big full breath. Be sure to coordinate the breath with the movement. Inhaling forward, squeezing the navel to spine as you round in the back. A few more in this direction. And then corkscrewing back to center, circling the opposite way. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And now noticing, does it feel the same? It might very well feel the same, but maybe it doesn't. And breathing into any areas that feel tight or sticky. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back with slowly, hips in stillness, rolling shoulders. Oh, here we go. So imagine you're drawing invisible circles with the shoulders for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go the other way. Noticing pops or crunches. It's only usually gas or air in the joint. And by moving the joint, we're generating synovial fluid, which lubricates the body throughout. And let's bring this one more time to stillness. Let's take a big breath in. Inhale up. Fingers stretch to sky. Arms are straight as best you can. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhaling and exhaling, oxygenating the body. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Let's re-elevate the arms. And now we're going to pick fruit or climb the imaginary rope or just wave hi to your neighbor. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly coming down, relaxing the shoulders, shaking everything out. The feet can be maybe underneath the hips or maybe shoulder width apart. Let's just start by lifting the heels here, shaking the body like a tree. So you're lifting the heels as best you can, maybe a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 an inch. If they don't want to come up at all, just keep the feet flat and lunge up and down with the legs. So this is a sort of meditation in motion. In Qigong, it's just called dancing in the chaos. For 8, so the body moves any way that feels good. 7, 6, keep shaking it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And then slowly bringing the heels back down to earth, slowly slowing the body down. Let's take the feet and legs nice and wide. Let's track the knees over toes. Hands could rest on the hip crease or the waist, whatever feels right. You're going to inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Go down and stay down. Let's little pumps here. See if you can get a little bit more movement, range of motion in the hip socket. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, lift right heel, move back to center, lift left heel, back to center, adjusting the feet and legs as you need. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's stay in this deep squat. Maybe you want to rest your right forearm on your right thigh. And let's just start circling the arm here. Letting gravity stretch the arm out, shaking off any chi that you're finished with in that arm. And let's circle the other direction. Squeezing your abdominals now. Don't forget your abs. A few more in this way. Nice and easy. And then slowly coming to stillness. Left forearm rests on left thigh. Right straight arm starts circling. Does this arm feel the same? Maybe, maybe not. You can choose. Let's go the other direction. For nice and gentle, squeezing abs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. See if you can lift up. Now see if you can stay in this deep squat. Maybe you want to stretch the legs a bit here. Come right back down. And here we're going to sweep the torso from side to side. Now this is a balance challenge, so take your time. You don't have to rush through this. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly coming back to center, rolling the spine up, rolling the shoulders open, heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. Shake everything out. Very nice. And now from here, let's go ahead and grab our chairs. You're going to want to face the chair seat. And from here, we're just going to approach it and think about you're going to grab the sides of the chair seat. So from crown of head to tailbone is flat. And then from the tailbone down to the feet, you're really creating a right angle here. So you're going to inhale, shift the weight to the left leg. I won't mirror you for this. You're going to float your right leg up to the sky. And so we're going to point the toe as you touch the earth. Exhale as you lift the straight leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Re-straighten that leg, refloat the leg. Bend the right knee into the nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, don't let the head dangle. 3, 2, 1, refloat it. Now your right foot touches down on the left. Lift the right leg, touches down on the right. Moving side to side. Really lift the leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg returns over to the left. You're going to tuck those toes and you're going to lift the right heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press that right heel into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then right foot comes back to meet the left. Let's micro bend the knees left and right. Maybe you want to stand up between sides, roll the shoulders open, sort of let the blood recollect throughout the body. Big full breath. Maybe shaking out the hands, wrist recovery. And now we'll go ahead and grab the sides of the chair. Once again, shifting the weight to the right leg. You're going to float the left straight leg straight up to the sky. The toe is pointed. You touch it down, you lift it up. Touching and lifting for 8, 7, 6. The leg is light and empty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat it. Now you're going to bend the left knee into the nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat. Now that left toe is going to touch down right on the side. Lift that leg. touch down left, lifting and touching for 8. Squeeze the abs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Left foot returns over to the right. And then tuck the 5 toes, lifting the left heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Press the heel into the mat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then left foot comes back to meet the right. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Slowly rise up to standing, avoiding the head rush. Roll the shoulders. And there's 2 ways you can do this. The safer way would be pushing up against a wall. All right, so we're going to do little modified push-ups. So you're here standing against the wall. You can push up and down that way, or you could push up and down on your chair. So a safer bet would be against the wall. And if you got a nice stable grip on your chair, it should be okay, but I don't want anybody to have any boo-boos. So we're going to step back and we're going to just do little planks here. And if you're up against the wall, you're going to do little tiny push-ups for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly returning the feet underneath the chair. If you're using the chair seat, slowly rising up, pushing away from the wall. If you're using a wall, roll the shoulders. Very nice. Let's take the chair and we're going to sit in the chair. We'll do some upper body work. So if you want to have your weights handy, if you're using them, they're optional. So don't panic if you don't have them or don't want to use them. So we're going to approach our chair and have a seat where you're placing it gently onto the chair seat and you're sitting more to the front of the chair seat than collapsing into the back of the chair seat, okay? All right, so from here, let's go ahead, either take the weights or no weight. So a soft fist is fine if you're not using hand weights. So no weight or 1 weight in each hand, and then each hand is going to press into the tops of each thigh. Avoid the knee joint. So to start, we'll stay on the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, set the foot down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now put the foot down. Let's do 4. So 2 little kicks here. 3, 2, 1. 1. Very nice. Just pausing here in the middle, noticing the right side of the body and the left side of the body. Let's go to the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, place the leg down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, place the leg down. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then pausing here again, maybe you want to bounce the legs a little bit just to get back to neutral. Now we'll stay on the right one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. For 4, 3, sitting tall. 2, 1. Very nice. Pausing in the center, noticing right side and noticing left side. Moving on to the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly coming back to neutral, no weight or one weight in each hand. The palms are going to face forward. They're facing your screen. Let's just start on the right arm. The arm will stay straight. So you're going to lift it up to shoulder height only. So palm faces the ceiling this time. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you drop. Let's stay on the right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Coming back to neutral, maybe wiggling the shoulders a bit. That feels good. Now we'll go to the left. The palm faces forward. The palm will face the ceiling as you lift. Up to shoulder height only. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 8, or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly returning. Again, palms can face the midline. Maybe you want to wiggle the shoulders. No weight, one weight, or two weights in the two interlaced hands. So you're gripping with both hands, and we're going to circle our witch's cauldron here. So see if you can get, the only thing moving would be from the waist up. So you're fully grounded in those sits bones on the chair. Let's swirl around here, some snack for after class, perhaps. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to neutral. Just a breath or two in the center here. And then circling the other direction. Everything from the waist down is still. Big sweeping circles here with the arms for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then bringing that back to stillness, going ahead and shaking the shoulders. Let's try a new one from the standing sitting exercise that we do before. Usually it's stacking the palms. You can do this. You can stack the palms over the heart. You can hook the thumbs together, spread the fingers wide. I'm going to place weights on my shoulders. So whatever works for you, finding your best solution here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And this last one, we're going to hover. We're not going to land. So you can do little pumps. See if you can keep the torso upright without collapsing forward. Feet stay flat, toes point forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten. Very nice. And then removing any props you might have been using. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to face the chair sideways so you can see. And we'll work on the upper body a bit. So taking your no weight or one weight, maybe two weights, you're going to approach your chair seat. You're facing the chair seat, and you're going to place your, I'm not going to mirror you for this. I'm placing my right hand on the chair seat or the fist, and you're going to glue this upper arm to your side ribs, more or less. So you're going to start with the elbow bent, and the back is flat and the head isn't dangling. Lots to remember. Inhale, and then supinate the palm towards the ceiling when you raise it up as you press back. So you're bending the elbow, You can say you can start with the palm facing the ceiling, inhale, and then twist the wrist as you press back, and the palm faces the ceiling once again. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it back on 1. Hold it back. Now lift that straight arm higher than the bum. Pump the upper arm and the palm of the hand up to the sky. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring that straight arm down, resisting. Come on up. Maybe you want to shake out the arm, recalibrate. And now no weight, 1 weight or 2 weights in your right hand. The left hand or the fist can rest on the chair seat. Crown of head to tailbone flat, so the body's at a right angle. And you're gonna more or less kind of keep the upper arm pressed into the side rib area. You can start with the palms forward. Inhale. Exhale, supinate that palm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale for 8, 7, or as many as you can manage. 6, 5, 4, squeeze the abs. 3, 2, keep the arm straight on 1, lift it higher than the bum. Pump the palm up towards the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly resist the straight arm as it comes down. Remembering to breathe, rolling up to standing very slowly, opening the chest, maybe rolling the shoulders a bit. Nice and easy. Let's do some more things with the arms and then we'll switch to some leg work. Let's take the legs wide. No weight or 1 weight in each hand. The hands can rest in the hip crease. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Bending and straightening, just 2 more. Inhale. This time we're going to stay down. Now the arms come in front. The palms face each other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 8. Don't rush it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay up on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7. Drop the shoulders away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then resisting the gravity, let it just slink, slowly slink down to earth. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. No weight or 1 weight in each hand. Let's shrug and drop. Shrug and drop for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then maybe wiggling, do whatever you need to do to make it feel good. Back to neutral. We're going to go to the right arm here. No weight, 1 weight, or 2 weights in the right hand. You could sit doing this as well. Just working on biceps. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's unwind halfway only so that the arm is parallel to the earth. We're going to do little pumps with the forearm here. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then slowly resist that form. Don't just let it collapse. As you resist the gravity, shake it out. Moving to the other side, no weight, 1 weight, or 2 weights in the left hand. Inhale, exhale up to shoulder. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unfold only halfway here in little pumps with the forearm up to the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let the arm go. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take the weights off to one side. And let's go ahead and move the chair away. We're going to go down onto the mat. So you might want to take your blocks to the narrow end of the mat, so you know where they are and you'll have to go searching for them later when you're in an awkward position. So I'm facing that narrow end of the mat. Let's do a series of swan dives, and then we'll step into downward facing dog. Inhale, up. Exhale, swan dive forward, come right back up. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Lifting and pressing, lifting. 2 more, lift, press, and this time we stay down, and you're gonna fingertips cut to the mat, perhaps to low blocks. Here the head can hang. So now you're gonna microbend the knees left and right to stretch out that low back. Oh, very gently for 4, 3, 2, 1, very nice. And now hands go flat onto the mat or on low blocks, and you can step back into downward facing dog. So the body is shaped like a triangle. Once you get that organized, arms are straight, fingers are spread wide, bicycle pedal the heels. Wag your dog tail for 8, 7, 6, no abs on the mat, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stillness. Float the knees down to the mat. Perhaps big toes together, knees wide apart, pressing into child pose. I take my little rolled towel here, wedge it behind the knees, and then press the hips back towards the heels. So the towel gives me a little more space to get the bum closer to the heels. And then the arms could stretch forward on the mat, or the arms could rest by the legs on the mat. If the forehead is not reaching the mat, you could stack palms, place the forehead there, or stack fists, place the forehead there. Or if you have a low block, you could actually place it there. So once you've organized arms and legs, maybe it's just a static press. Maybe you just want to melt that body into the earth. Or maybe it's little side movements here, little micro movements, little wiggles. Moving it around, stretching things out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Let's stay in this child's pose. Stretching the arms and the hands to the left on the earth. And then you press your right hip away on the diagonal, 45 degrees. So a huge stretch on the right side of the body. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming through center. Hands go over to the right on the earth. The left hip now presses away 45 degrees on the diagonal. Maybe little micro movements here would feel delicious. A ginormous stretch on the left side of the body. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back slowly, slowly, rising up. Oh. And then here's an opportunity to pad the knees if you so desire. Always pays off to be nice to your knees. And then the hands can rest on mat or perhaps low blocks. Let's do a series of cat-cow. So it's hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. And then if you have pain in your wrists and your hands, maybe they can go slightly farther forward. So dropping the belly, spreading the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch and squeeze. So finding your own fluidity, your own movement, your own pace. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Nice. And then coming back to stillness. Let's turn around. I'm going to face the long edge of my mat here. I'm going to keep the block, one block on either side. I'm setting up a little structure here. So let's start on the right side. So your right side. So I'm going to take the block for support and I'm going to extend the left leg long. Now, if the left leg long is too much, option 2 is you bend the knee and the leg, but the pelvis is going to stay squared to that straight edge of your mat. So you're not really talking off to one side. You're trying to keep level here with this long edge of your mat. And so from here, left forearm could rest on left thigh, and you can just stretch over to the left, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's shoot for 4, 3, 2. Stay over on 1. Now see if you can get the chest square to the front of your space. The fingertips stretch to the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwinding. And now this is where the block comes in handy. I'm going to put it on its low setting. And then I'm going to take the arm up to the sky, flex the left foot, and pump the leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Arm and leg return to normal. Coming back to center. And I'm going to take a block over here so that there's one handy. So now I'm going to take the right leg either out straight, but the pelvis is square to the long edge of your mat, or maybe the leg is bent. It's fine, either way. Right forearm rests on right thigh. Top left arm stretches and goes. Stretches, returns. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Stay over on 1. Holding for 4, 3. I'm modifying. 2, 1. Unwinding slowly. Left hand hits block or mat, and you lift that right leg. The foot is flexed. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, take your leg and arm in, you bet. Come back to center, wiggle it out. Wiggle it out. Now you might want to take your 2 blocks, if you have them, and place them between, I would say, the 2 lower legs behind you. Now, if you don't have blocks, you could substitute with a rolled blanket or cushions, perhaps from the bed or the pillow or the couch, your favorite resting spots. So let's just place the hands on the thighs and just allow the chin to drop to the center of the chest. You're rolling right ear to right shoulder, coming back to center, left ear to left shoulder, moving side to side. Oh, So we're only doing the 180-degree turn here. We're not going all the way around. You don't want to smash down those vertebrae in the back of the neck. So nice and gentle. Let's come back to center. Chin floats parallel to the earth. Just turn the face and neck to the right. Come back to center. Turn the face and neck to the left. Oof. And you're going to notice the range of motion on the right, the range of motion on the left. Are they the same? Maybe, maybe not. But here again, you're just taking inventory, no self-judgment. A few more turns side to side. And let's come back to center. Drop right ear to right shoulder. Just noticing that delicious stretch on the left side of the neck. Coming back to center, left ear to left shoulder. Here again, checking in to see how much range of motion there is on the right and the left. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last round. Very nice. And then from here, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back of the body. Now, if that's not available, the palms can merely just face each other behind you, or you could grab your strap and work together the hands over time. So you can choose. So you're going to stretch the arms away, and maybe you want to stay right here. See if you can close the knees together as best you can. No forcing, okay? And so if you want more, we're going to tuck the chin here, and we're going to go into the great wheel of yoga, yoga mudra. You're going to plug either the forehead or the crown of the head into the earth as you draw the arms over your head or in that direction. They may not get there in this lifetime, but we're stretching them. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unwinding. Arms can come down, landing the bum on your blocks or your bolster, whatever you're sitting on. And then coming up slowly, rolling the shoulders. Hands can rest on thighs one more time. And just allowing the blood to recirculate, avoiding any dizziness, any head rush. And then if you want to drop the eyes closed, here's an opportunity. Imagine your energy field from the front of your body emanating straight out in front of you, all the way to the horizon. And now imagine your energy field from behind you, stretching behind you all the way to the horizon. Imagine your energy field on the right, shooting all the way to the horizon. And your energy field on the left, emanating all the way to the horizon. And just pausing here in the middle, feeling all that energy, your energy field expanding, expanding, expanding. And then as you're ready, just allowing the eyes to float open. Let's take the right straight arm in front of the body and just stretch it. So the left forearm is pressing that right straight arm into the chest. You're not torquing off to the left. You're trying to stay square to your screen or the front of your space. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms stay just like this. Inside arm bends, the elbow bends. Maybe the backs of the hands reach together. Maybe they don't. Just do your best. Little tiny, tiny, tiny pumps up to the sky with those arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind the arms, triple slow time. No rushing. Shake out the arms. Little chicken flapping, might feel good. And then the left arm is going to go straight in front of the body with the right forearm pressing it into the chest. You're not torquing off to the right. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms stay the same. Inside elbow bends. Maybe the backs of the hands don't meet, maybe they do. Little pumps up to the sky, tiny little pumps for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And unwinding. Oh, you should feel good. Shake it out. Very, very nice. Let's slowly emerge from your perch, whatever it may be, blocks or cushions or towels, whatever they are, and finding your way to sitting with the feet pointing towards the narrow end of your mat. So clearing away any other props that might be here. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. Feet and legs are hip distance apart. Just quickly, we're going to grab backs of thighs or fronts of shins as you lean forward and then squeeze it back. Lean forward and squeeze it back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to roll it all the way down onto our backs. The knees draw into the chest as you rock from side to side. Oh, this should feel yummy. Back of it as long as it's willing to be. Oh. And you're going to rock side to side. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. And now we're going to take the legs out into a big wide V and flex the feet. And as you cross the legs, point the toes. So the legs are moving like scissors. Different leg in front, different leg in back each time you cross. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And back to neutral. Let's rebend the knees. Let's take the feet back to earth. The knees are still bent. Grab a block if you have one. If you don't, you can just tuck your hands underneath the bum with the palms facing downward. So heels close to the bum. Press up as you lift the hips, and then you're going to slide the low block only, underneath the sacrum. Or not. You could be placing the 2 hands underneath your sacrum. So once you feel like you have a stable seat, and it's down here near the bum, it's not up here near the kidneys, right? So we're mindfully going to lift one leg up to the sky, mindfully lift the second leg up to the sky. Let's flex both feet, and we're going to take the arms. So opposite arm, opposite leg. We're going to do a big walk on the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center. Now, either with your block or your fists under your hips, we're going to drop the left straight leg. Drop and hover. You're not going to let it land. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Drop right straight leg and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And now from here, we've already done the scissors, so now we're going to kick ourselves in the butt. A little butt kicking for 8, 7, 6, 5. Pump those legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming to stillness, placing one foot mindfully down, second foot mindfully placed down. If you want to stay here, this is an option. If you very mindfully want to stretch one leg long to see if that feels okay, great. Then maybe you want to stretch the second leg long, maybe, great. If you want more, the arms come over the head, The palm faces the midline. Arms rest on the earth or as best as you can manage. You're tucking the chin to protect the back of the neck. A supported baby back bend here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come back into neutral. Slowly draw one foot in towards the bum. Second foot slowly in towards the bum. Lift the hips, slide the block away. Rolling the spine down like a string of pearls. One more time. Draw the knees into the chest. Rocking. And now we're going to try a new version on this. So bringing that to stillness. Now the thighs are perpendicular to your body and the lower legs are parallel to the earth. So you're going to think about dropping side to side without using the arms, side to side. If you want to add arms, you could, but you might want to flop over that way. So it's going to be a little balance challenge just to see how far you can go, keeping this form for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You can use your upper arms as little bumpers. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And coming back to center. Feet come back down to earth. Feet are mat width apart. Knees are bent. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. A little bit more twisting for the spine. It's like we're here again, we're wringing the spine out like a wet washcloth side to side. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. The next time the knees drop over to the right, leave them there. And maybe the head and the neck want to look to the left. Maybe they don't. Now I've got my right hip here. It's angled up. So I'm going to pump that left hip up to the ceiling for 4, 3, up to where the wall meets the ceiling. 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center, windshield wipering a few times just to recalibrate. And the next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. Maybe head and neck look to the right. If it bothers your neck to look to either direction, skip it, all right? So now I've got the right hip pointing to where the wall meets the ceiling, little pumps up in that direction. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming back to center, recalibrating. Feet and legs are now in parallel. Let's go ahead and draw them into the chest one last time. Let's cross left thigh on top of right thigh, no space between the thighs. Grabbing shins like bicycle handlebars. You're drawing the thighs into the chest with a steady pressure, not a pulse. Feet are flexed. Now feet are externally rotated. You should feel it in your outer left hip for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release any pressure, unwind the legs, shake out the legs. Right thigh crosses over left thigh. Grab the shins like bicycle handlebars, flex the feet. You're pressing the thighs with a steady pressure, not a pulse. Tailbone drops to earth, back of neck is long. Both feet are flexed. Now they also externally rotate. You should feel it in your outer right hip. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it, shake it out. Very nice. And then gradually legs come back to earth, arriving in your best version of Shavasana. Arms and legs 30, 45 degrees, maybe something under the knees to protect the low back, rolled something. Or feet mat width apart, knees knocked together like a tent, restorative rest. Maybe you want to rest on your side, stack hips and legs, rest your head on the upper arm, or a block and a cushion. If you have an available wall, you might want to Throw your legs up the wall. Or you could sit in a chair, feet flat, crown of head floating up to sky, long spine, perfect posture. And then once you've organized the arms and the legs, just allowing the eyes to drop closed, relaxing the face and the jaw, the back of the neck. And then tuning into that natural breath, belly rising on the inhale, belly collapsing on the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, approaching our friend, the hot tub. And placing your feet in that delicious warmth, that relaxation. And it slowly moves into the feet, into the ankles, into the low legs. And from there, it moves into the knees, permeating the complex structure of the knees. And then it moves into the thighs. Now the legs and the feet are very, very heavy. The softness moves into the hips and pelvis. The buttocks release, the low back lets go. And then from the belly, it moves into the waist and torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, colon, spleen, stomach, all the vital organs deeply relaxed. It moves into the chest and shoulders and rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. It envelops the throat and the neck now, and then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a wide circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together. The whole body together. The whole body together. And here's something from the poetess Dana Faulds, Faulds, entitled Sangha. Teach me what I cannot learn alone. Let us share what we know and what we cannot fathom. Speak to me of mysteries, and let us never lie to one another. May our fears and tender longing fuel the fire in our souls. When we stand side by side, let us dare to focus our desires on the truth. May we be reminders, each for the other, that the path of transformation passes through the flames. To take one step is courageous. To stay on the path day after day, choosing the unknown and facing yet another fear, that is nothing short of grace. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.